let's watch this shit, bro. Is the volume good? I skipped the first, we watched the first 30 seconds earlier. It's just, it's nothing.
This is 20-year-old Amber Riswin, sitting inside a police interrogation room at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. All you need to know at this moment is that Amber doesn't quite realize how much trouble she's in.
Yeah, no, she looks psychotic. She looks psychotic. You could just see it in her face and like energy. Chat, I think my third eye is opening. I think I have a sixth sense. Like I read energy now. And I can, like, I see energy.
I'm Detective Edwards. I know we spoke on scene, and I asked you if you'd be kind enough to, you know, come down here.
Volume good, volume good.
So that we could talk. Before we talk, I'm going to protect myself and protect you. Okay, and I'm just going to inform you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent and not answer any questions. And any statement can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Now, orange Gatorade is actually gas.
So...
I don't even like orange shit, but...
Broad and general question, what happened? Take a deep breath.
Okay.
Alright, let's get this backstory.
TTM underscore live 12 wanted to say heal she a psycho, she got an orange Gatorade.
Is the audio good? Why are y'all saying that about orange Gatorade? What's wrong with orange Gatorade?
Things that have been going on for the past week and month or so. I've been there since January, and Blake has been progressively more aggressive towards me. He would like make abusive statements. He would hold me by the wrists and like shake me around. He spit in my face yesterday, and
how do you
he would also
not right now, bro? No TTS right now.
Where he would start breaking things.
Mods, if anybody does TTS, ban them.
And he even put like a bunch of scratches on my guitar.
Permaban.
And then last night he decided to buy LSD and was acting nutso. And then I laid down on the futon in the center living room, and Blake was starting to like play around with the gun.
Play around with the gun.
He was
don't ever play around with the gun.
at me at this point. It was like sideways, and so I grabbed it and I pushed his hand away. I grabbed it again, and I let loose.
Where'd you shoot him on his body?
I think I shot him in his face.
So she took the gun from her man.
And why there?
He was just there, like in front of me. He was smothering me.
Okay.
So that was like within my arm's reach. There was this much of him.
I gotcha.
And he started spilling blood everywhere, and he came up to like get me, and then that's when I cut him, because at that point I reached into my pocket and I got my knife and I cut him. Then he opened the door.
Why do you have a knife in the comfort of your own home?
He got outside and then he started screaming.
Wait,
and
is this
saying,
her husband?
Like, help me, and
Nah, the look in her eyes is insane.
The other guard showed up and he was like threatening me. He kicked me. That guard that called the police. Like they were being aggressive towards me too, and they thought that I was just some prostitute.
I gotcha. So as he's crawling outside, what's going on in this moment? Are you behind him? Or are you in front of him?
I was behind him, and I was like trying to like get him back inside. That way there wasn't like some scene. Like I really didn't want to deal with people outside.
Okay.
You may have already noticed that Amber's interrogation won't require a whole lot of analysis. So for contrast, you'll be presented with 4 additional subjects with very different personalities, the first of which will begin right away.
What the fuck?
From what we could research about Ashley Benefield, she was an extremely talented dancer, able to confidently perform with natural poise in front of large crowds and sold-out theaters. But according to reports, her social presence was considerably more reserved, with people describing her as friendly, but somewhat shy and sometimes withdrawn, unless she was under the influence of enough alcohol, which was reportedly the case when she met former naval pilot Doug Benefield at a business conference, and broke the ice by revealing she had a concealed firearm tucked into her bra. Despite a 30-year age gap, they seemed to fall quickly in love and got married 14 days later. They then launched the American National Ballet together, which Ashley conceptualized hoping to create a worldwide organization.
That's not her. Wait, no, that's
but the company failed to get investors and dissolved quickly thereafter. Ashley then filed for divorce, but was already pregnant with their daughter. So they then had to co-parent together over the following 2.5 years,
ugly.
which created considerable tension, culminating in Ashley shooting Doug in the leg and chest when he was visiting her mother's house. She then ran to the neighbors, claiming that Doug had attacked her and that she had been forced to shoot him. Then she called her attorney, who accompanied her to the police station and informed investigators that she would not be providing a statement.
30-year age gap? 30 ain't that bad. Nah, 30's bad, bro. 30's bad. Think about it. When a man, if it's a man, he in his 30s, his future partner is 0 years old. A couple months on this earth. That's insane.
Ashley, I'm Detective Flonzinski. I'm with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. I know that we haven't talked yet, and we're not going to be taking a statement from you. That's fine. I have a search warrant, okay? And your attorney's here. I'm going to give it a copy to both of you so you guys can read it, but I'm going to actually read it to you first. But no one can stop this process, just so you know, because
so wait, Chad, is that her? Is that the same girl, just a different case, or what?
All right, you can't refuse it. If you do refuse it, there's actually a charge for that. It's called obstruction to a search warrant.
No, I didn't. Not spoken a word. All right, let's just keep watching.
All right, we're going to stop recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried for her. She hasn't eaten anything all day.
I think this is that story.
Like that.
Do you want me to get you something?
Yeah, this is after she shot.
She's a big lady, so. But no,
How can I make her more comfortable?
No, she's fine.
Okay, I mean, the last thing I want her to do is feel like, you know, she's going to pass out, or if I can make her more comfortable. Ashley, I understand that, you know, you're not supposed to be talking to me, but you can tell your attorney I'm hungry or thirsty or something, and I will get you whatever you wanted. Aspirin, I rushed and got you aspirin.
What's up, OG?
I know that I'm supposed to be
What's
the
up,
bad
my boy?
guy in this situation to you. I'm not trying to be the bad guy, and I don't want to be the bad guy. If I can help you, please tell me how I can help you, okay? This is teamwork as far as I'm concerned. I want to get the truth, and you want me to know the truth.
Police would find no evidence to support her case for self-defense. There were no signs of a struggle, and nothing to indicate that Doug had attacked her prior to the shooting. She was charged with second-degree murder, then released on $100,000 bond awaiting trial. It began on July 23, 2024.
Wait, that said Ashley, though. Holy shot, bro. That's what you're worried about. We watching a JCS video, new JCS video.
Do you have any hobbies?
I love art.
Strong head, John.
I like drawing, painting, sculpting, ballet. I enjoy gardening,
Ashley, Amber,
baking, cooking.
Who's Amber?
Most importantly, I'm a mom.
Nah, drugs are definitely a motherfucker, Chad. Stay away from that shit.
I want to ask you about...
Chad, don't ever do anything past weed.
When did the two of you meet?
We met August 25th of 2016.
Did he turn out to be who you thought he was?
It's your birthday? Hey, everybody tell OG happy birthday. Happy birthday, OG. Happy birthday, my boy. I hope it's been a blessed birthday. How old are you now? You 18 now? I think you told me the other day. Happy birthday, OG.
No.
On 20th? 20th?
I want to direct your attention, Ashley, now, if I can, to the day of the homicide, September 27, 2020.
Join the club, right,
Specifically
Chad?
late in the afternoon. Would you tell us why Doug was at your home?
He came over to help load some of the larger items that my mom and I had kind of pre-staged in the garage into the U-Haul truck. We started getting into a back and forth about being done for the day and what still needed to be packed and that I wanted to be done, and we ended up in our daughter's bedroom. And he started screaming at me. He said, "Shut the fuck up."
Okay, so shut the fuck up.
Did you take any steps to try to avoid anything further?
Yes, I ran to try to leave the house.
He stops her from leaving, so she runs upstairs.
Where?
To my room.
Why?
Because I was scared.
She grabs one of the two guns she had in her bedroom.
And what do you see, Ashley, when you look up?
He low-key bold for telling her to shut the fuck up when he met her and she had a gun in her bra. So he knows she's strapped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I would have said shut the fuck up.
Doug was standing in the doorway. His face was red. Like the veins were bulging in his neck. His eyes were black.
Does he yell anything at you?
He said, "You're fucking done."
At that point,
nothing too
Ashley,
crazy so
what
far.
are you thinking?
I thought he was gonna kill me.
Judge, could we have a minute, maybe a brief recess to have her compose herself?
All right.
No tears. I didn't even peep
If
that.
a single shared expression...
YDN Timmy said, "Hey, eat a churro." Hey, Tim. Guys, Tim got a job. He's been working now. He's an office guy. Tim, I'm going to call your office and tell him that you bullshit at your work. Like, imagine employing Timothy George. L Tim, chat. Don't spam W Tim. L Tim.
...could capture the essence of a trial. This would probably be it. You have the victim's daughter, brother, sister-in-law...
Wait. Like, no way I hired Tim in my fucking office. If I did have him in my office, he'd just be the guy that I just yell at for fun to aura for him.
All right, you all can have a seat.
If a single shared expression could capture the essence of a trial, this would probably be it. You have the victim's daughter, brother, sister-in-law, cousin, 3 nieces, and the prosecution.
You okay?
Nobody's falling for a bullshit. I didn't even realize there was no tear coming out of her eye. That's a good call out, Dim. Not one tear.
There's Kleenexes here next to you.
Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, there's Kleenexes here next to you.
It's anyone's guess as to why Ashley got so freaked out by the mention of a Kleenex. But it's worth noting that she has not, and will not, shed a single tear for the duration of her testimony. People can of course get emotional without shedding tears, so you can decide for yourself what exactly is going on here. It's just interesting that she keeps wiping her face when there's nothing to wipe.
I've never cried with no tear.
If I wore the wrong thing, he would call me a whore or a slut.
Yeah.
I feel like I couldn't do anything right. I feel like I had made a really big mistake marrying him.
I didn't, Shelly. I didn't post on my IG story. I forgot to.
Sometimes he would drive really scary, yelling and screaming at me and like running up on curbs. One time he almost hit a tree.
I forgot to post on my story that was live.
I would like to just start with a couple of issues.
That's why I'm late.
So Doug had a vasectomy removal in April of 2017, right?
Yes.
So who is this Ashley in this story?
Part of it went on my debit card or my credit card.
And your intention was to get pregnant?
Yes, we had talked about that, yeah.
During this time, you said he had started criticizing you, right?
You gotta turn him on my account.
The way you looked, your clothes, the way you acted. He was, according to you, he flipped a table, tried to flip a table.
Nothing she said that he's
threw
done.
A chair, right?
Warrants her shooting him.
He would scream at you.
Yes.
He would call you slut and whore.
She gotta at least lie, like.
And you want a baby.
What you're seeing here is known as strategic insinuation, where tone and rhetorical framing are used to undermine credibility. This is especially effective when paired with nonverbal cues, such as the look the prosecutor is now giving the defendant. She is not allowed to speculate, nor accuse the defendant until her closing statement, so this is her way of doing both without technically breaking any rules.
I mean, yeah, we were married, we wanted a family.
Yeah.
And here we have the infamous microtransgression. Here's another one.
In fact, during this time in South Carolina, you never worked, did you?
He wouldn't let me work.
Okay.
As you can tell, the way she says okay isn't neutral. It's laced with skepticism and condescension, conveying the subtext of disbelief without saying the words. What's intriguing about these elements is how their effectiveness depends heavily on the power dynamics in the courtroom. This is what we refer to as a very low to very high power dynamic. And to give you a better understanding of this concept, we'll show you a circumstance on the complete opposite end of the spectrum.
And you're not trained in accident reconstruction.
Me?
Yeah. No. Neither am I.
This is what being a fan looks like, of the person you're meant to be prosecuting. The story here is that her client, Terry, skied into the back of Gwyneth Paltrow and is now trying to sue her.
Is that, that's Pepper from Iron Man. It's 5 a.m., bro, I gotta go. All right, OG. Enjoy your birthday today, my boy.
For $3 million.
All right.
Damn.
You were
I never knew she went to court, so it was.
Here is that her client Terry skied into the back of Gwyneth Paltrow and is now trying to sue her for $3 million.
All right.
He was trying to take her bag.
You were wearing goggles
What's up,
and
give me
helmet.
3?
Yes.
Okay, kind of looked like everybody else on the slope.
That's always my intention.
Okay. Miss Paltrow, isn't it true that this was an accident that you caused?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well,
And I can tell you that Mr. Sanderson categorically hit me on that ski slope, and that is the truth.
and I'm sure that that's what you believe. I'm not saying
Because it's the truth.
I'm not saying that.
Let's get a question.
So
she's now about to ask Gwyneth her most.
She has the power in this interaction. I see what the commentator's saying. Like when I'm talking to y'all, I have the power. Like you see the power dynamic he's describing. This is a perfect example of it too.
Confrontational question, which she really doesn't want to ask.
maybe do you agree with that? That on that day of the collision, you were not engaging in any kind of risky behavior, especially
Correct.
because your kids were there.
I was not engaging in any risky behavior.
Especially because your kids were there.
Bitch.
What the fuck, y'all? Yo, mods, ban him. Oh wait, he is a mod.
I was not engaging.
Now compare this disposition of please forgive me Gwyneth Paltrow to I categorically do not like you, do not trust you, and have no problem letting both you and the entire world know about it.
Big for Pibbin _1 wanted to say what are we watching?
No, on me, TTS talking to me crazy. I might have to. Hey, I'm gonna up TTS back up to 10 bands. What we watching? We watching a JCS video. JCS video. I'm trying to. We're only 14 minutes in, so there's still we're only 14 minutes in. What's up, Kale? We watching Amber's Afternoon.
07 baby wanted to say Kale, okay, Pappy, how is her day?
Hey, my day's going good. I'm sick, but it's our flu game.
No, I would not say no.
You said on direct examination that around this time you were living the nightmare. Those were your words, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you living the nightmare here?
Oh, no, not at that moment, no.
Y'all still in the beginning, so if y'all just tuning in.
How about at this moment?
Y'all haven't missed much.
It was a good day.
If you pay attention, you'll catch up.
At this moment.
Same. It was a good day. Sometimes things were really good and other times they weren't.
Okay.
Same, I'm sick. Some in
I
the
wasn't
air,
going to disagree with him in front of anybody.
Okay. So I want to get to the night that all this happened. So you knew Doug was coming over.
Yes.
You invited him over.
Yes.
To help you move stuff in the house.
Well, specifically stuff in the garage, but yes.
And you thought he was going to kill you.
He wouldn't let me leave. I tried to leave. He stopped me.
The question is, you thought he was going to kill you.
Why is she
Yeah.
Where was your firearm?
acting like a baby?
I
hate when grown adults
on top of the basket.
Okay.
Do shit
and that was not your only firearm in that room, correct?
I'm not talking about crying either. It's
You
just
had
the
a
way she
firearm
answered
in
that
the
question.
closet.
My
Ugly
carry
ass crap.
gun was in my backpack, which was
Monte.
my
I was
purse
sick
at
as
the
fuck last
time.
week.
Judge, if I could have her step down.
What's up,
so she
Josue?
can demonstrate.
Worst fate.
You may.
So Doug opens the door and does what?
Standing in the doorway, kind of like this. He said, "You're fucking done." And I held the gun out in front of me and just stopped. We got into this like fighting mode, literally turned sideways.
Fighting mode.
And he was like moving around with his like arms in his hands.
What the fuck is that?
And he started like inching forward towards me.
So he's standing there.
This is literally how a baby acts when they're in trouble.
Like this.
Quite
And
literally,
starts
bro.
moving his arms around.
This shit is so weird.
Well, show me. What was he doing?
There's no way this woman is conscious. Like,
And like I really got like this, and he was like making like fighting motions. I don't know. I'm not a fighter. I don't know.
Okay.
It was scary.
Did he have his hands in fists?
Not at that point. They were like, I don't know.
So
that
you
fit
start
is
shooting,
ass.
and he falls down on his back.
His legs went up in the air.
Okay, where do his legs go?
In the air.
How high in the air?
Alex is low-key just Mexican mopey with an insufferable ego.
I don't remember.
You can have a seat.
Go. That was funny. I'll give you. Appreciate the follow, Dre. Watching Alex feel like shoving a nail in my eye. But you're here, 21.
All right, the verdict appears to be in proper form.
Yo, 21, when did you get so negative in my chat, bro? I thought you were my dog. I don't know
07
on me,
baby
damn, I'm trying to piece
say,
it together.
Alex, how did the penis enlargement surgery go? And by the way, don't get mad, but I sent Jordan the clip of you saying you gon' beat his ass.
That's fine, because I mean it too. You got me sick. If he gets in here, we're about to scrap. Don't tell him to come upstairs, because it's going to get ugly for him. But my surgery went well.
All right, the verdict appears to be in proper form. Madam Clerk, would you please publish the verdict?
How does this correlate to the
The jury finds as follows as to the defendant in this case. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense.
So if she paid that $100,000 bail to get out,
is this your verdict as well as
she's
the verdict
guilty.
of the jury?
Just wasted 100 bands or what?
Members of the jury, I want to thank you for your time and consideration in this case. I always ask, though, is there anybody that I haven't heard from, any testimony I didn't hear, any evidence that I didn't hear,
so once you're guilty, it takes 5
anything
months
at
to get
all
your
that I
sentence?
need to
Holy
know
shit.
to make a fair decision in this matter?
Your Honor, Ms. Benefield feels that I've spoken for her.
Ashley Benefield.
We're somehow getting the sense that Ashley doesn't quite share the same sentiment.
All right.
Wait, Your Honor.
We're somehow
Ms.
getting the
Benefield
sense
feels
that Ashley doesn't quite share the same sentiment.
All right.
What's up, OG? Welcome back. Just keep my stream open until you go to sleep, gang.
Ashley is about to realize the judge isn't cutting to the chase and will instead drag out the process with pre-sentencing remarks. It's such a fascinating moment because it's at the very last stage of where she knows she is being watched, and a time where you really don't want to be visibly annoyed at the judge.
All right, so the first thing we need to do is talk about the score sheet to start from. My ultimate conclusion.
Now, there might be a demon inside of her, real shit. She might actually have a living demon inside of her.
Ms. Benefield, is that this is not a downward departure case. So with that said, the sentence of the court will be as follows.
What's up, Joshy?
I'm going to sentence you to 20 years in Florida State Prison.
Ooh.
That's to be followed by 10 years of probation.
Ooh,
you must initially report to the Bradenton Department of Corrections. We'll be able to provide you a map of where that is.
Oh, me, this is where you're supposed to be crying.
This is Ashley Benefield's latest mugshot. Her earliest release date is in December of 2041. We'll now take you back to Amber's interrogation.
Okay, wait, back to Amber. Okay, what does this have to do with Amber?
This is Ashley Benefield's latest mugshot. Her earliest release date is in December of 2041. We'll now take you back to Amber's interrogation.
I really didn't want to deal with people outside.
Okay.
So once he got outside, he was up, you know? So he slammed against the door, he's up, and he opens the door, and then he goes outside and he starts running, and then once he gets across the street, I see him pull his head up like this, or maybe his head falls, and then he walks and sits down over by the guard, and he's like, oh, help me, and the guard's just starting to laugh,
her nose.
And then the guard kicks me, and they're calling me, they're cursing at me, and so I just go back into the place, and I get the keys.
See, now that's where I have to ask you a question, because we had 4 witnesses on scene that said they saw you go up to him and slice his throat. So what happened with that? Was he evil? Doing something that made you perform that action, or what happened with that?
He just kept grabbing at me, and he was trying to get me to I don't know, be brought down to his level.
Okay.
She sliced the shit open and he started leaking.
I still want to get back.
He was still threatening me.
That's insane.
Okay, so that's what I want to get into. Is that how he ended up? Because he has it on the thing.
That was Ashley.
Okay,
I don't know how it correlates.
And they saw you literally leaving within seconds behind him, following him, and they identified you, which is how we knew it was you.
I just couldn't let him just stay like that.
Maybe it was just teaching us something that will
stay like what?
Just in a state of just blood spilling from his mouth.
Is that after you cut his neck?
No. Before that.
Before you cut his neck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a witch?
Big
so
Pippin underscore
wanted
to say personally I would have just slapped my dick across their face.
It's just all collectively
behind him. Was he saying anything?
He wasn't crawling. He was standing.
Okay, so he was standing and he was running towards somebody outside. And you were behind him. What were you saying to him as you were running behind him?
I just kept saying things like, can you please stop? He broke an aerosol can inside of the place by just chucking it at the bed.
That was crazy, bro.
And it blew up everywhere.
Okay.
And
she just needs to be fixed, and I can do that. Punch it.
He kicked a box of really sharp,
you would now fix it, bro.
Bones
you would be scared
of an animal at me while I was sleeping.
You can't save her. She don't want to be
saved. And he's done things like played around with knives, really scarily. And I just had more and more of a reason to just be upset or to be on edge.
I won't lie though, she doesn't seem nervous, so
let me get this right. He's in the house playing around with the gun and he supposedly points it at you. You managed to get it out of his hand.
Wait, what?
House playing around with the gun and he supposedly points it at you.
So he points the gun.
You managed to get it out of his hand.
He does, yes.
And then fire it at his head. At this time, he's now on his butt at the front door. Is that where everything kind of happened?
Yeah, I was sleeping there with my head against the door on the futon. And so when he approached me, that all happened, and then he sat back, and then he got up.
Okay.
After getting shot in the face.
Okay.
He was like screaming on the trip, and he was like, "You're ruining this for me!" Ah, and I was just like, I don't understand what I did wrong. Like I was just laying on the couch, I'm trying to go to sleep, I'm trying to look cute, you know, like with your little like bear blanket or whatever.
So now, once he's on the ground after he's shot, then what?
He gets up. He goes and slams his body up against the door.
Okay.
He opens the door. He runs outside.
But I thought you said you stabbed him again before he ran out.
I didn't stab him. I cut him.
Okay, so you cut him before he ran out.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you cut his throat before he ran out?
So he's shot and his throat is sliced open and he's running for his life right now.
Ran out or after?
Before and after.
And then at what point did he get this cut?
That was just a larger one after I followed him. And
but why that one?
What should I say?
What should you say? What happened?
Of course.
What?
Yeah. Why?
Did you
why
just ask her what to say?
Were you just trying to send a statement to him?
No. There was no statement or anything. I was just looking to do whatever it took to get him down.
Okay. Because now what I'm understanding is he's trying to separate himself from you and go and get help, and you're following behind him with the knife.
No, I didn't do that. I definitely sent him out there with a cut. I didn't follow him.
Y'all think he was like this trying to hold, like if you get your throat sliced, that's probably the worst way to go. You gotta hold this shit like this so it stops leaking or some shit and shot in the face. Bro, he probably looked insane.
And like slit him throat to throat. Like I mean ear to ear. That was just what existed. I was running on adrenaline.
I could imagine.
And that was just not, it wasn't okay.
We
it
got
wasn't
1.5 mil, but yeah, OG, thank you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. You helped me clip farm, OG. That clip, we clip farm 1.5 mil on IG. Oh, not gonna do anything. Bless point out. Yeah, you're cooked.
In public, but I didn't pull his head back or anything.
So how did you do it? Like,
well, the same way that you would normally do it.
When he ran out of the house, how far away were you behind him? Because I know you can see him because you approached him.
Right behind him.
Okay, so a yard.
Because I was worried and I didn't want him to go out into the street or anything.
Okay, why not?
Because he was just a mess. He was like...
Did you just not want people to see what happened?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, it was just scary.
Okay.
And Blake talks to the neighbors all the time. And so he's a huge ass-kisser. And like, he just like does that and... There's nothing wrong with it, but he'll like invite them in and like get screwed up with them and like
screwed up how?
Like he'll just give them.
Yeah, that's her problem. She don't get nervous. She bold, but
all her drugs. Or don't give him drugs.
Have you ever witnessed him doing drugs?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done drugs with him?
No.
Yeah.
Ever?
Bitch.
Before we.
No.
You can see it in your face.
Okay.
You wouldn't need a PhD to recognize that Amber is on something right now besides the Gatorade. And on that note, allow us to...
So she's fucked up in the... Yo, that's actually crazy. She got fucked up before she came in to do this interview.
Introduce you to our next subject. This is 19-year-old Erin Moffat, who recently strangled her own mother to death with an extension cord while coming down...
What? What? Yo, you actually? What's up? Hey, say what's up to stream. I'm almost done streaming, really. So, hey, they were talking shit about you earlier. Chat was.
Me?
Yeah, they were talking shit about you.
They're always talking shit. Fuck them. Alright.
I bet. Call back in like 30.
What's the move?
You know the move. No, but don't. Stop! No, don't say.
Alright.
They said, OMG, get that ugly guy. They want to see your face.
Fuck, my phone just died.
Oh.
Call my quick.
No, we watching something. I'm almost done watching this shit. I want to finish watching this shit then. Alright, come on, let's keep going. He's so fine. Yo, Punchy.
Off crystal meth.
You're weird.
Who recently strangled her own mother to death with an extension cord while coming down off crystal meth. She and her boyfriend then buried her body in an abandoned oil field. Her mother's She and her boyfriend then buried her body in an abandoned oil field. Her mother's landlord reported her missing 21 days later, at which point Aaron was asked to come in for questioning.
That was important.
The bed on the floor. Yeah, Punchy, I'm getting a new bed frame. I'm talking about what you stopped him from saying. Chat, I'm not gonna tell y'all. I can't tell y'all. I'm not gonna tell y'all. Nah. Y'all wanna take a guess though? Y'all wanna finish the sentence? Y'all wanna take guesses? First Punchy says 38 gap is fine. Yeah, Punchy's on some weird stuff. Yeah, no, Sage. I'm not gonna talk about it.
What we're trying to do is just trying to get a timeline.
All I'm gonna say is there's a common denominator in all these. No, they're not the victims. They're the murderers.
Okay, so I want to start back with what time.
Victimizers.
When did you?
We know, Alex, and I'm glad you're keeping it a secret. You don't know, though.
With your mom again.
Oh wow.
No, we're not traveling. We're not traveling. What's up,
She had
Golden?
been living with her mom for 2 weeks.
When did you realize that your mom was missing?
I got out of jail on the 5th.
Yeah, I'm a Marvel fan.
Oh, that's right. You were arrested on...
She was arrested for possession of cocaine roughly 10 hours after the murder. The detective now takes her to the
So you don't get caught from the murder. You get caught with cocaine.
Arrested for possession of cocaine roughly 10 hours after the murder. The detective now takes her to the moment she was released 2 days later.
Okay, when did you get out of jail from Harris County?
At 2:30 a.m. and took a taxi home, and I went in the house and everything was fine.
Yeah, she definitely let you on.
I just went to my room.
Okay, so when did you discover that your mom was missing?
The next morning.
September 6th?
Mm-hmm.
How did you determine?
Damn, that's so fucked up because they said she had just moved in with her mom 2 weeks ago. Your mom let you stay with her.
And I mean, the car's there. My mom, this right here, that trips me out more than anything. Like, I'm freaking out behind her car. And I looked through her, she has this little blue bag, and I looked through it. Her wallet was there.
Punchy, you not like that, bro.
Identification, down to her pills. I mean, everything except her money. Her money was gone. And I know my mom had at least, because rent is due, like the rent was due, and I ended up having to pay the rent. And I knew she had to have at least money for the rent. Me and my mom, I love her. I do. I really love my mother. But it's a very distant thing. Like, I keep myself very closed off because I have to be that way with her.
I'm wondering what all this has to do with Amber,
literally, like, there's days when I won't even answer my phone, you know, because she's just crazy with it. She calls me constantly.
So, hold on a second. Did you have money for your bond, or did you have someone bond you out?
I had money for it.
Where'd you go when you got out of jail on the 5th?
I came home. That's when I came home. And I went in the house, and she wasn't
playing with her
there.
nose?
And that really sucked. I'm really upset because my mom, last conversation I had with her was about drugs.
That's good, Josh. I hope not.
I want my mom to be okay, but I always say that but, and people hear it, you know, and they're like, why do you always say that? I have a horrible feeling.
Yeah.
Horrible feeling.
What do you mean?
Because, I mean, look at people who do drugs, you know? My mom, all it would take, you have no idea what...
AK, do exclamation point height.
What do you mean?
Her mouth is horrible. She talks so much crap, like threatening, like I'm going to shoot you crap, like horrible stuff. And I always told her, Mama, you're going to handle somebody the way you handle me, and they're not going to be like me. I love you. I'm your daughter. I understand you're crazy. Other people aren't going to understand that.
Killing somebody.
Somebody's going to hurt you. And she don't realize she thinks she's Superman, you know? Soulless. She thinks she can talk to anybody and everybody however she wants to, and she does. Believe me, she handles a whole lot of people badly now. And that's what scares me. And I always, you know, she's always said, you know, her mouth is gonna get her in trouble.
Who adjusted my height on Nightbot? Yo, somebody, yo, that's not real. That's not my height, bro. Can somebody fix that? Make it say pushing 6 feet, please.
And when you're high and you're hanging out with high people and you talk crap, you get beat on. I mean, I've seen it. You know, I've been through things. So, I mean, I've seen horrible things happen with these drugs.
Yo, chat, bro, why am I getting
Let's run store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Bro, this better be the worst sickness I feel like. I better not feel even more sick.
Let's run store.
This better be the peak of it. I'm not trying to be sick, bro.
Where do you think your mom is now? If we had to go look for her, where should we go look?
5'6", get it right. Oh yeah, you're crazy.
You don't have any idea?
I have no clue.
If I knew, I would.
If I knew, I'd be there.
You don't have any idea?
I have no clue.
Please go JCS.
That's why I feel so bad. That
Where could she have gone if she had just walked out the door? Because she didn't take her car or anything else. Where could she have just walked to? If she were to walk somewhere.
I don't ever walk anywhere out here. Like, that's out of the question.
You don't have any idea where she could have just walked to?
I don't think my mom just walked.
I couldn't be.
I don't know. It could have been. I don't know who she knows. That's the problem.
Because I can't deal with dumbass people,
and I
bro.
wish to God I would have paid more attention now.
You think someone came to pick her up?
It's
5'3" with high heels.
I mean, anything's possible right now. It's like, I know that.
Like, the crazy part is, like, I'm in the top, the higher range, the higher echelon. Oh yeah, vocab word. Of this chat of height.
Yeah. I want my mom. It's like, I know when I lay down, I want my mom because she's my mom. Like, this is crazy.
So you don't,
I wonder, like, why is she?
There's something real happening here. Perhaps emotional pain. She will quickly bury her face in her hands and shut the emotion down.
Have any? I mean, you don't think she's anywhere near the home or anything like that?
I have no clue. I'm like space cadet over here in space.
Did you tell?
W vocab cap.
Here's what's disturbing to some of the family members.
Okay. Please let me know.
Did you tell Dina? Did you speak to Dina on a phone a few days ago?
I talked to her last night. I talk to her every now and then.
Probably over the weekend, something like that.
It's possible. Every conversation up until, I don't know which one you're talking about. I really don't remember talking to her crazy except for last night. I didn't really talk. I was respectful, but
you want to stop
still
going at 25 seconds? Yeah, I still got time, actually.
Okay, how about this? Did you ever use the term...
I actually feel like I'm still growing, seriously.
Did you ever use the word shovel and your mom in the same sentence when you were speaking to Dina?
Oh, yes, I did. She said, why don't you go look for her? And I said, well, what do you want me to do? Grab a shovel? Okay. Because, and I'm sorry, but I'm emotional. I'm very closed off. And
so do you think that your mom is dead?
When I tell you I have a bad feeling, I'm not kidding.
So you have no idea where she's at?
If your mom goes missing, you're not going to even utter those words into the universe, bro.
Do you suspect that she's...
But you have to sleep good?
No, I mean, I'm
Wait,
not
is
sure.
it possible? Is it actually possible to still grow? Hold on. Is it possible to grow? What the fuck? Taller at age 23. I think it is. It's not impossible. It is not impossible. It is not impossible, chat. I'm still growing. I knew it. In this next video, y'all gonna see I look taller. Chat, y'all about to see I'm gonna start appearing taller in these videos because I've been getting my sleep in low key. I'm growing. I knew it.
But I mean, I'm saying, like,
you haven't grown since high school. You're not even 6 foot. Uncle's the Lulu. Congrats, man. Finna hit 5'7" and 3/4. It's crazy how I'm dead ass taller than. I'm taller than 90% of this chat, bro. It's crazy. But the way, like, oh my god, I'm still growing.
You know,
you can't convince me otherwise.
I told Dina, y'all don't know her the way I know her. I'm such a.
But he grew a 1/10 of an inch. So hey, I'll take it, bro.
I want to accept the worst and just get over it because.
Damn, you are not taller than me.
Was your mom depressed?
Damn, you are not taller than me.
Screwed.
I'm not convinced. Okay? I'm not convinced. You gotta go get your height checked, seriously. When you go to the doctor, what do they say?
I'll be right back, okay?
At 16, you're 5'7". Keep being delusional, but that's ironic. Look at your name.
When police searched her mom's trailer, they discovered a missing carpet, blood underneath the rug, and a power cord lying right next to where the blood was found. They called Aaron's now ex-boyfriend to come in multiple times for questioning. He would turn up at the police station on the exact day they were set to conduct Aaron's second interview. It had been 28 days since the murder.
Wanted to say, you dumbass midget, you ain't even grown since your middle school days and you still can't dunk. Go back to the doctors to get your physical and you gon' be 5 feet 4 inches, you stupid midget. You're never passing 5'4".
Chat, what should I do? Like, what can I do? What are my options here? How do I fight for my respect here? Because, first of all, TTS is actually saying that shit a little aggressive. Like, he didn't have to say, you dumb ass midget. Like, hold on, bro. How do I change the tone on his ass? First of all. Second of all, you're not gonna speak to me like that. Seriously, bro. Seriously. I'll get my Maz on you ASAP, Xerago. Your name is Xerago. Xerago. Whose name starts with an X? Deadass, watch how you speak to me, bro. I'm not gonna tell you again. I'm not gonna tell you again. Hey. Hey. Speak to me like that one more time. See what happened. See what happened. That's how you check somebody. That's how you check somebody.
Okay.
Change your mind and want a drink, just let me know.
That's how you check somebody. E-box right now, you don't want that.
Okay, Corey.
State your name for the record for me, please.
Michael Corey Lewis.
Michael.
You can't even see how fast my hands are moving, bro.
Sanebird91 wanted to say, it's okay, Alex. We love you, Lil Mexican, but you a short king and will be dunking real soon.
Okay, deadass. No. Seriously, don't say short king. That's pity shit. I'm just a king. Hey, I swear to God. This girl called me this is like some personal, not even personal. Ooh, little man wanna pick a fight. I'll give it to y'all. Y'all funny, bro. Y'all funny. Don't call me short king. That pisses me off, actually. Don't call me short king. This girl texted me the other day. I swear to God, this text came in on my phone. And she said, you're my king. I swear to God. I swear to God. It didn't say short king either. Just said king. Y'all think I'm bullshitting?
Before we begin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you your statement of Miranda rights, okay? You know what that is?
She's lying.
Okay, so...
No context? It was just like me having fun, like nothing like crazy, but she said, you're my king. I swear to God. I swear to God.
As we've spoken on the phone a couple times now, you know what we're trying to do is establish a timeline for Jana's disappearance.
Shelly_Shall wanted to say we all be.
You may know her as Shannon, is that correct? Ashland's?
I don't remember her name on there twice.
Okay, Ashland's mom?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're familiar with Ashland?
Yes, sir.
Or Aaron, right, Aaron Moffat. Okay.
Hey, handsome, looking cute today, even though you're sick. Hope you feel better. Hey, appreciate it, Amberly. Appreciate it, baby. Killer Queen? No, it wasn't Killer Queen, but y'all, shit. Y'all know about Killer Queen. Go back. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention. Wait. Oh yeah, the boyfriend pulled up. Yeah. I forgot where we at in the video. Boyfriend pulled up on the same day of the second interrogation with the girl that killed her mom, and it's been 28 days since the murder. My dog is taller than Lil Bro. Okay, deadass. There's no way a dog is talking. You're talking about Ashley. All right. Back to the video. Show the message. I'm not gonna show the message. I'm not gonna show the message. All right, but come on. Let's log back in.
Since the murder.
Okay.
Change your mind and want a drink, just let me know.
Okay.
Mods, if y'all see any short king, any height slanders,
State your name for the record for me, please.
Michael Corey Lewis.
Michael Corey Lewis. I'm glad we finally got a chance to meet up.
Show Killer Queen DMs. No, I'm gonna get banned.
Before we begin, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read you your statement of Miranda rights, okay? You know what that is? Okay. Okay, so as we've spoken on the phone a couple times, as you know what we're trying to...
wanted to say it's Zerago. Just wanna say that you are the biggest capper I've ever seen in a day of my life. Show the text message right hand on the Bible, you have no riz. Fuck yo stupid ass midget, quit capping, and maybe when you pass 5 feet 4 inches you can talk to me. And also love how you talking about my name like bro who TF names their channel Adot like deadass get a dad.
Oh shit, hold on. Alright, screenshot it. Let's Chrome.
Marshall 1Q wanted to say, "Our man, they must have gotten deleted."
Got deleted, right? Wait. Wait. You see it. You see it! Thought I was bullshitting? See how I pulled that shit up quick too? So you know I'm not fucking lying. Yeah, stop fucking playing. Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that. It was just inverted. It was inverted. WAI girlfriend. I can't win with y'all. Fake. Alright, bro.
They do is establish a timeline for Jana's disappearance.
I showed y'all, bro. Y'all saw it.
Yeah,
y'all saw it. It's not a fucking AI girlfriend, bro. What the fuck do I look like?
Shannon, is that correct?
Chat, y'all seriously, chat. I keep shit personal. Like I don't tell y'all about certain shit. But y'all think I talk to girls? Yes or no, bro? Yeah, like, do y'all think I get girls? Y'all think I get girls, chat? I went to Jordan's and he egoed me, so I had to come back and go, hey, appreciate it, Ink. He probably didn't ego, he just didn't see it.
Ink_baby wanted to say, "I just went to Jordan's and he egoed me, so I had to come back to my goat Adot."
Got Riz, yeah, hell no. How much did it cost for you to make
Shelly_Shaw wanted to say, "Character I imaginary scenes like we in middle school."
Y'all think I would talk to a bot,
Punchy
a robot?
0v0 wanted to say, "Bro on Candy Eye."
Bro, I'm pausing because y'all won't shut up. Like okay, bro. I'm not pausing the video no more. Chat, stop interrupting, please. Stop interrupting, please. Wait, where's the sub goal at? Am I covering it? Why is it not a pic? Oh, my sub goal was hidden. Wait, why does it say 72 and then it says 74 over here? Did people just sub up or no? Did anybody sub up and it didn't pop up? Did you get scammed? See, why does it say 74 and it say 72? Who just subbed? Yes, you do get girls' house where you have kids. I know I don't have kids, bro. If we being real Gango Mango, I've never heard somebody say Gango Mango.
Stop getting mad.
I'm not mad. Like, bro, I can't imagine you talking to a person of the other gender. Your name is Burrito Baller, and you telling me I don't get girls. Chat, how many of y'all, hold on. How many of y'all have kissed the other gender? Just say yes or no. Yes or no, chat. Yes or no. Have you kissed the other gender? I don't like guys. I know Burrito Boy is going to say no. It ain't no way. Yes. I'm not gay. Okay, Zarago for sure hasn't kissed the other gender. Some of y'all lying. Yao's lying. Yao's for sure lying. Ink Baby's telling the truth. Punchy's definitely lying. I believe them. I for sure believe them. I believe y'all, but Yao's probably lying. All right. Stop interrupting. I believe you, OG. Hell yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
I don't believe it's a rock.
Okay, Ashlyn's mom.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Ashlyn
so
is Aaron's middle name. Okay,
yes,
or Aaron, right?
Aaron.
Moffat.
So
okay,
not the other Ashlyn.
You met her mom twice. Her name is Jana.
Wow, OG. Wow. That's why I was lying. I know you haven't kissed nobody. And you know what else? For your birthday, you not finna get no birthday kiss, no birthday. If you know what I'm saying, you're not finna get no birthday cheeks. She blocked me and ran away. Now I got court on Friday. Yeah, Burrito Baller. That sound about right for you. I read that wrong. All right, come on, let's keep on.
Okay. So when did you on the
back to the video for referral?
Because we're talking about she was arrested at about 2:30 in the morning in Friendswood on the 3rd.
Black Hawk and 528.
Right. Okay. So you remember that?
Yes, sir.
You got that time frame in your head. You remember when that was?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take me 12 hours prior to that.
I'm gonna keep it 100. No holds barred.
And describe to me each hour of that
talking
day.
about Monte?
He claims he was in his trailer for the entire day until he picked up Aaron at 11 p.m. to drive to Friendswood. Jana had been dead for roughly...
I'm kind of close to Friendswood.
Until he picked up Aaron at 11 p.m. to drive to Friendswood.
That's
Jana had been dead for roughly 10 hours at this point.
Were y'all going to get dope or what?
I believe she was.
Okay. What was her frame of mind then? Meaning, how was she acting? Was she?
Well, she had a big bottle of pills, which Xanax. It was like blue pills.
Oh hell no! Don't ever do no shit like that.
Was she acting different?
Yeah, she was on something.
She was on something.
Definitely. Well, when is she not?
Yeah.
Did Jana ever, or did Ashlyn ever tell you that Jana was missing?
Yeah, whenever she got home.
On the when she got home.
When she got released, got the taxi cab to my.
What did she say about it?
My mom's gone. All her stuff's here. Her money's here. Phone.
So you ratting her out or no?
On the night of the second, when you and Aaron went to Friendswood, did she mention anything about her mother?
Not really.
No?
She was trying to avoid it, I guess. I don't know. She didn't say anything.
I mean, what did she think that happened? I mean...
I don't know. She told me that her mom's like a druggie, and she was just giving me all kinds of information I didn't really care for.
It's important to note the detectives are not certain of Corey's involvement at this point. They have no concrete evidence that can implicate himself or Aaron, so everything you're about to see is entirely a bluff.
Let's see, do you trust Aaron to... Ashlyn? Okay. Do you trust Ashlyn to keep quiet about secrets?
I mean, that's your
girlfriend. I haven't told anybody any secrets. I don't keep secrets.
You think she could keep something quiet?
If she wanted to, I guess. She's pretty good at that. She lies to me a lot, so yeah, probably.
How long have you known her?
Like I said, a couple months.
Couple months?
Maybe.
I can't tell if I trust the guy or not.
When we do this type of interview, there's certain things that we already know the answers to that we're going to ask you, just to make sure that you're being honest with us. So and I'm having I guess I got a few questions about the date on the 2nd. You said you had problems remembering dates, and yet you remember the 2nd. Why does that date?
I don't remember. Y'all told me it was the 2nd. He's told me several times she got arrested on the 2nd.
He kind of seems composed a little bit.
So I'm assuming it was the 2nd.
Well, that's okay. So what were you doing on the 2nd?
Probably woke up like at 2, like I said, and then I don't know. She called me and said she had her mom's car.
Okay. Remember again. Let me back up.
God,
this is your chance to kind of.
Actually, Mike, hold on.
Tell us what's going on.
Many of you will already know that this is your chance, and this is your opportunity, are pressure tactics disguised as benevolence. The thing is, that doesn't work on the suspect here. What does work is what the detective says next, or more specifically, how she says it.
I have no idea.
We already know what's going on.
Oh, they're bluffing.
So,
they're bluffing.
This is your chance.
This is your opportunity.
They're bluffing.
That's what you don't understand right now is we know.
Big's vapor of, yo, damn, you're so clutch.
We know you were in the trailer that day.
They're bluffing.
We know you were there.
And he looks confused.
We know about the blood on the carpet.
Oh, I love this.
We know about the cord. We know about the blood. We know about the trunk.
Chest and neck.
We know about the ride. We know about the dump. Do you trust Aaron?
What did he respond to that?
We will be down there tonight.
Oh,
we will be speaking to her probably about 2 a.m. She will confess.
And I'm going to be tired by then. I'm not going to want to hear.
She killed her mom. I know she did.
Stuck a needle in her neck and she choked her with the damn cord.
We know this. Thank you. By you telling us this, I mean, you are doing the right thing. Do you understand that? I know you're scared. I can tell by looking at you, but you're doing the right thing.
I didn't want to have anything to do with it.
I have no doubt.
Oh, but he did. I didn't want to, but you did.
But you were there, right?
Uh-oh.
Corey.
Rub on the nose, actually?
How long you been holding this inside?
Rub it on the nose, actually? No, I don't think that's right. My mom never did that when I was growing up.
And her mom was, okay, help me out here because the computer is no longer there. I think Aaron calling
right by the door.
Right when you walk in the front door to the left. Okay.
See, this guy seems like he has a soul.
Like, stands right here, the computer.
Okay, because the computer's no longer there, that's why I'm asking.
Wait. Why not? I barely put any. What happens? What happens if you do it on the nose? It's fine on the nose. Yo, chat, bro. See, I can't trust everybody in here.
She probably found it.
Okay. Forgive my drawing, but we're gonna say this is inside of the trailer, okay? Then she's the one that
she snatched the cord out of the wall.
Damn, like a real killer. Holy shit.
Where were you when this happened? Tell us where you were at. There. Did you hold her mom down?
No.
You didn't hold her down?
A little bit more.
Come on, Corey. You're doing good. Buddy, you're doing good.
I'm scared shitless, man.
I imagine.
Yeah, see, this guy has a soul. You can tell. He just caught up in a dumbass situation, bro.
Hastings oil field.
Huh?
Just dumb.
Oil field.
Is that where she's at?
But you got a soul,
I mean,
buddy.
I imagine panic. Everybody was panicked.
Man, I went with it because she just fucking killed somebody.
Oh, sure.
They take him back to the moment they were both.
That's a great strategy to play. I was just scared shitless of her. She just killed somebody in front of me. I'm thinking she could kill me. I'm scared of her. The look in her eye. That's the shit I'd be saying.
In Aaron's room just before the murder.
And so what
Jerk
happened?
with Vicks. Yo, no, Punchy. That's gotta be the wildest one. Bro, that shit would probably sting like a motherfucker. What? Bro, I've never heard that shit.
Was she talking about what she was gonna do, or she said she was gonna go out and kill her mom?
And she did, and I stood there and watched.
Damn.
What has Aaron been
real?
saying
Anish said real. Now you're real.
She's been trying to keep me to cover it
You're
up.
smelling colors and shit. I needed more.
Aaron was arrested the next day and informed that Corey had already told them everything.
Aaron, don't say anything until you sign this document. Okay? We're going
put
to
some
keep
on my
this
shoulders.
the way it should be. And then you'll have your opportunity to talk.
What I did was wrong, and I know that.
What do you mean what you did was wrong?
Y'all said y'all put Corey in jail already.
Why don't you tell us what happened on the 2nd? Why don't you just start on the 2nd and begin to tell me what happened?
Perfect.
You're pointing to your
this
throat.
that real fear. Now she feels some real emotion. You can hear them tears.
I'm a piece of shit.
Hell yeah. Lock her ass up.
We know what you did.
I know you know. You
Tell me what you did.
I strangled my mom.
You strangled your mom?
I got angry at her and I said something stupid and Corey was like, and people just feed into my negativity, and if you were to just shut me the hell up, I wouldn't say anything, I would be quiet, but he fucking fed into it and it makes my ego big, and then
What did he tell you?
He's just like, you know, if you do it, I'll do it too, blah, 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 you know, and I was like, he just held my mom, and I did that to my mom.
Bro, I don't drug deal. What the fuck? Who do y'all think I am?
I don't know what the
Did you kill your mom?
with me.
What Jordan doing in his stream? What is he doing? Hold on.
Did you kill your mom?
Stand on business.
Yes. I freaked the hell out and started crying, and I was like, I didn't know what to do, and then I guess we realized that we can't leave my mom
I don't hear him.
laying there, and
What happened
What
right
does
after
Amber
you
have to
arrived
do with
to
this,
the
though?
location?
Because this isn't Amber, this is Ashley / Aaron. Oh, she bringing him
where
down.
the grass was and stuff, and I fell, and
So he disposed of the body.
He just put her in there, and then we left.
Open the fucking vault, not for real.
Do you remember what you were thinking?
I was pissed off at my mom. We always fighting about something.
Oh, I thought I was feeling some footsteps. I'm not gonna lie, I got scared.
It doesn't
Chat, I can recognize footsteps. Matt's are the easiest to recognize. He be stomping in this bitch. Jordan's are a little sneaky because he big as shit, but sometimes you can't hear it.
And it's probably her telling me she just talks all kinds of crap, and it's anger that's built up after days and days of dealing with it. And
my heart dropped a little.
Should we take a break?
Sure.
Damn, got the confession. Let's take a break.
I haven't ate, but
Are you hungry?
So what happens with Corey?
For what though?
I took some Mucinex and that Vicks Vapor Rub.
We'll
I
find
feel
something.
good now. I feel better.
We'll be right back. I'll get you some crackers.
Bro, I don't even want my energy to be like intertwined with hers. Like, I don't ever want to be in a room with somebody like that, bro. Ever.
So was this his idea or your idea?
Think about it, chat. At some point in your life, you're probably gonna walk past a murderer. Is that a crazy thought?
Yours, but he was right there with me the whole time.
Damn, she a hoe, bruh.
What do you think should happen here? You've already said
Well, I
you
mean, I guess he
understand
does
what you did was
deserve
wrong.
to do some time for carrying her
Correct.
body and helping out and shit.
What do you think
he should do? Like, how much time should you give somebody for playing his role?
I mean, do you understand the severity of what's going on?
Help get rid of the body. How much time does he deserve? Yeah.
What typically happens in this type of scenario?
What's up, Sarah? How you been?
I know I'm in trouble.
I think the guy that helped dispose the body should get like 3 years. No, 2 years, 2 to 3 years. Nah.
Why do you feel
maybe
like you
probation?
deserve it?
Probation for like 5 years.
My
Probation
mom.
for 5 years.
My mom.
And like 1 year time served. Just monitor the guy.
You understand that you'll be charged for homicide? Do you understand that?
It don't matter if she understands it. It's gonna happen anyway.
For killing your mom.
I want my mom. Oh, God.
I want my mom? Bitch, you took her.
So when you went to go interview Corey, he just...
Caved.
Caved. Cave, yo.
I feel like a freaking monster.
Hell yeah, you are.
This moment is absolutely compelling because of the autonomy the interrogator has.
Wait, this moment is what?
This moment is...
What is that noise? I thought that was in real life. Hold on. Is that in the video?
This moment is absolutely compelling because of the autonomy the interrogator has. He can respond in any way he chooses, or not respond at all. You may have noticed he was playing the role of the bad cop and was especially cold toward Aaron throughout the process. But for whatever reason, in this moment, he chooses empathy.
I don't think you're a monster. I think you made a terrible mistake, okay?
Damn. Showing sympathy. Why? Or empathy.
Is this your Coke?
Bro, AK, bro. I was playing earlier. I'm gonna play a little bit again.
Corey Lewis was sentenced to 10 years for his role in the...
Ooh, I said, wow. He got 10 years for that? I said, what is fair? I did not think it'd be 10 years. Chad, do y'all agree with that? What do y'all think? He helped dispose of the body. Damn, I said 2 to...
The murder.
I said 1 year and 5 years probation. Nah, yeah, it should be like 2 to 3 years and then 5 years probation. 10 is fair. I was gonna say 15. Damn, so I'm tripping. Maybe I'm showing too much sympathy. I'm thinking from the perspective of the guy. Nah, I'm giving him too much leeway, but I'm thinking like he could play the role of like, oh, I was scared she was gonna kill me too. I had to help her. Like I felt like I had no choice, and he seemed like he had a soul. But yeah, it's aiding and abetting. Yeah, I was taking it too easy.
It could not be proven that he held the victim down. Erin Ashlyn Moffat got a 50-year prison sentence. She will be eligible for parole by the time she's 44.
What? Okay, so back to Amber.
Let's go.
Appreciate the follow, Shadow.
Alright, so I know we're skipping around here.
So back to Amber.
I was going back to, you said that you were about a yard away from him as he's running.
That's all I really remember.
As he's running, getting help. He was on his knees at this point? Because you said you walked up next to him and did this.
Yeah.
How tall is he from you? Like,
I was standing and he was like about this tall.
Okay.
And then the like corner parking lot guard started screaming.
Yeah, parole is insane. No way she gets parole.
Said, "Get the fuck away from me, bitch!" And like all of this like disgusting language.
Sure.
Who does she remind? Hold on, she reminds me of somebody.
And like all of this like disgusting language.
Sure.
I've seen somebody with like similar like. When I see her, I'm thinking of somebody like that I've seen before. I just can't think of it.
When I went to the bamboo room for help.
Are y'all arguing Jordan
now,
and
why didn't
Ron?
you stay on scene if you were trying to get help? Why leave in a Monte Carlo?
Yo, I could really get in on that argument and really argue for LeBron if they're arguing about this shit, bro. I would argue my ass off LeBron.
Damn, it's like, all right, you gotta fail and fail and fail.
I just couldn't stay. I thought that I was going to be blamed for something because all those people, like, with all the witnesses.
Imagine we're thinking, bro, I have to, yeah, who the fuck is it? Wait. Is it an actress?
Get the fuck away from me, bitch, and like all of this like
like that right there.
Disgusting language.
I've seen like her features. I feel I don't know. Mona Lisa. She kind of does look a little like Mona Lisa. Goat. No, not Killer Queen. Who is it?
And then that's when I went to the bamboo room for help.
Yes, like, but we gotta be thinking of the same person.
Corner parking lot guard started screaming, and then he said, "Get the fuck away from me, bitch," and like all of this like disgusting language. Sure.
It's giving a little bit like The Last of Us. The character, like, I'm on point with it a little bit, but not. That's not who I'm thinking of. Like a little. It barely gave off this a little bit, but this isn't who I'm thinking of though. Get the fuck off me, or is it her? Maybe her? I don't know.
And then that's when I went to the bamboo room for help. And
now, why didn't you stay on scene if you were trying to get help? Why leave in a Monte Carlo?
I just couldn't stay. I thought that I was going to be blamed for something because all those people, like, with all of the witnesses at that time, just trying to group their story and glue it together.
I'm gonna figure it out.
I don't trust that.
Now,
but why not stay and give your account of what happened? You know what I mean?
Because I knew this would happen today.
Knew what?
Knew that if I showed it back on scene, somebody would call or I would go to the police station. I planned on getting my stuff, giving it to my dad, putting the car back and leaving, and then calling about this.
Dude, who is
But
it?
was he out there during that time?
In the apartment complex next door. But yeah, I think he was.
He was? Okay.
He must have been. For him to have
Ron is better than Jordan.
Like, oh, this girl has to go to jail, and then like call police. Yeah.
Oh, he said that during the time.
What do you guys think would happen if Braun played against fucking Malone and Stockton, bro? Come on, bro. Shit, motherfucking Jordan in '95 played against fucking the Seattle Supersonic, or no, not '95. That's when the Rockets won. Was it? It was '93, '94, I think, or maybe '95, '96. They played Sean Kemp and Gary Payton. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. LeBron would beat him with just Timothy Mozgov and fucking, what's the point guard's name that from Australia that got cooked by Curry? Della Vadova. Make a video becoming better.
In business.
Did he say that during the time?
Like, bro, MJ never played nobody like the Spurs.
I don't recall.
Or the Warriors.
It was just a sentiment.
Were any of those knives that you had on you the one that you used to cut Blake? Which one?
The silver one.
Okay. How many knives do you keep on you?
2.
And there were a lot of knives in that house. Are they yours? Are they his? Is he a knife collector?
Yeah.
Samurai collector?
I'm telling you, he's seriously. He gave me the samurai.
Oh.
But which is why it's in the trunk of the Monte Carlo right now. Because I wanted to practice with it. But
where'd you go after you left?
I parked the car down the street and I just went to sleep.
Now, at any point, did you think to come back and call police once you got there, or you just wanted to get your shit and get out?
I just wanted to get my shit and get out. Like, I'm not used to this sort of, like, you know, processing and stuff. But if I need to be called on as a witness or something, I understand.
I love
really,
KD, but
I think it's clear
I want him on the Rockets,
Blake
but
had tried to threaten me, and I had to take action to just get him done.
Okay.
I think that said.
So when you say done, what do you mean by that?
Just.
It was
dead.
And we almost
away.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say
we might have won the chip in 2018 if Katie didn't go to the Warriors.
But I wasn't being like ultra aggressive.
So by him bleeding, because you said you couldn't wait to see it done.
No, I could not stay around. It without checking to see if this guy was not going to get up again.
Like?
He got shot and got up.
Or is it a person I know in real life?
Left outside, and you followed him. You were within a yard of him, and you cut him again.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not going to agree to that kind of statement.
But you literally just said that.
My brain had been no. I did not.
You said
no.
That
I said that my mind was fuzzy.
And that concludes the first real pushback of the interrogation, which leads us to our next 2 subjects.
Do you mind if I keep the door closed if we actually have people walking by?
I say crime scene, scene.
This is Katrina Ben, who, according to these investigators, was the most confident suspect they've ever dealt with. She began dating a popular car salesman called Eric Samoa in May of 2012, and although he was upfront with her about seeing another woman at the time, Katrina believed, or at least hoped, that she would be the one he'd eventually choose. But early one morning, shortly after they had slept together, she discovered Eric had called the other woman while she was there. What she was unaware of, and what you will see her find out in real time, was that Eric was calling the other woman to break up with her. Katrina then waited for him to go to sleep, then shot him in the head.
Ooh, oh my God. He was breaking up with her.
Eric was discovered the next day during a welfare check, and Katrina, being the last person he was texting, was asked to come in for questioning. Police would later testify that she seemed genuinely distraught when she was informed of Eric's murder.
Most confident
so you moved in the high-rise how long ago?
March 11th, I believe.
That's a crazy story.
Okay, and how'd you meet Eric?
I met Eric outside, like 2 weeks after I had been there. I was, I think we get off work or get in about the same time.
Alan Bosch, Wade.
So I used to get
Jordan
off around 6.
Rodman.
It takes me a while to get home.
Ron
and
Harper,
we were walking
Scottie
in,
Pippen.
and he asked me if I was a nurse.
She talks about her...
Angel! Appreciate they've subscribed for 9 months. Yo, Angel. I appreciate you, gang. Real one, bro. You're not MJ, little bro. I don't want to be MJ. I want to be Bron. Nah, but if I could be a hooper, I'd want to be either Curry or Kyrie because I'm a point guard. I'd want to be either of them.
Her work as a nurse, and they make an instant connection, seeing each other almost daily for the next 3 weeks. She then...
And we were walking in, and he asked me if I was a nurse.
She talks about her work as a nurse, and they make an instant connection, seeing each other almost daily for the next 3 weeks. She then gets to the day before Eric's murder, where they were spending the night at his apartment watching the basketball game, when at some point Eric starts calling his dealer to bring him some weed.
He asked them 2 or 3 times, where are you at? Where are you at? Where are you at? And then he
What's
just
up,
hung
Raph?
up. I don't know if they hung up on him. I don't know.
You good, Raph?
What time do you think that calls?
That was during the second quarters.
She says she goes to sleep in Eric's bed after the game, while Eric stays in the living room.
Say quit yapping, Taco Boy.
Yo, yeah, all right, bro. Fuck you and your sub. Yeah, now what?
I'm talking to somebody.
I'm bussing.
And it was a guy.
If LeBron wanted to,
and I don't know how he knew I was woke. Maybe I coughed or something. I don't know. But I rolled over, and he opened the bedroom door. He came in, and as he opened the door, I could see who I think is the guy from the apartment, like, walk by to go to the couch.
The person she just mentioned is Eric's drug dealer, who she's now trying to pin the murder on. She says she goes back to sleep, then wakes up the next morning.
It had to be right at 5. It had to be right at 5. Mm-hmm. Eric's in the bed, and I hear somebody using the bathroom. So the guy's still there, obviously. He used the bathroom. I'm a nurse, so I'm going to notice if you use the bathroom, you don't wash your hands. So use the bathroom. I didn't hear any water running afterwards.
She gets her stuff and goes to leave, and while she's walking out of the apartment, she feels someone push the door shut behind her.
And when I felt the nudge on the door, I thought it was Eric coming behind me.
She had her story ready.
Because he usually walks me to the door and locks the door. But
you didn't see him come up behind you, like to the front?
No. I went out the
Get your story straight.
Oh, okay, the bathroom, and immediately made a right.
Yeah, like I wasn't trying to look, see him, or anything. I was just trying to leave. So I walked out the bathroom door and grabbed the front door. And as I was going out like this, like my hand is pulling the door to, the door started pushing up. Like somebody's trying to help me close the door, you know. I thought it was Eric trying to come to the door, like, where you going? But I saw, like, this side of the guy. I just thought it was an Eric because he's so skinny arm. But I did put, like, dude almost hit me in the ass with the door when I left. LOL, you know.
You see that?
Right here.
LOL, did she just say?
Wow, that's crazy.
This detective would later testify that he believed Katrina was innocent by this moment. The truth is that she had sent the text message after...
Wait, what is he saying?
Like, dude, the guy. I just thought it was an Eric because he's so skinny arm. But I did put, like, dude almost hit me in the ass with the door when I left. LOL, you know.
You see that?
Right here.
Wow, so her story's kind of lining up.
By this moment. The truth is that she had sent the text message after Eric was already dead. Katrina left soon after this moment. The investigators then located and arrested Eric's drug dealer. He denied ever having been inside Eric's apartment. Katrina was asked to come back in, a week after her first interview.
Hey, Trina.
Hey.
Good, how are you?
Imagine being that drug dealer, bro.
Tired.
Alright.
I'd be like,
do you have more questions?
Yeah. Do you have some time? Okay, cool.
The detectives are once again suspicious, especially this one. The main thing they're doing here is getting a read on Katrina. Her answers aren't as important to them as how she responds to this situation.
Body language.
Alright, so we're still like in the middle of things.
Okay.
And like I told you before, you shed so much light on Eric that
hell yeah, Angel.
We haven't gotten to
I've been in the lab.
And this will be like
I've been sick
only
this
opportunity
week, so.
while you're here to maybe just go over the story just maybe one more time. Maybe you just remember something just a tiny bit more that might give us.
Like, come on, bro. He should take over.
Might give us.
He irritated.
We need to arrest the person
Is there
responsible.
something in particular you just want to know?
What Katrina is doing here is very rare. She is confronting the unspoken tension instead of avoiding it, and dictating the atmosphere as a result. She's sitting in a room with the two lead investigators for the murder she committed, telling them to cut to the chase.
That's everything that I said before. You can ask me anything.
Really, I think if you could kind of go through the story again over the last, I think it was like Thursdays where you started. Because we're trying to establish like everybody he talked to, was with,
is this a camera?
Place he went.
Yeah.
You guys recorded it, right?
The first one?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
We have follow-up questions from your first
Okay, well, just ask me what you want me to know, because I don't want to go through all this again. That was a long time. I don't want to go through it all again. You can just ask me directly. I don't care. Ask me anything.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine. Did he grab the door anywhere? Do you remember?
He apparently had to be touching it. I don't know. He was shutting the door. He was touching it somewhere.
So you got out from the bedroom, through the closet, and out that way. And he came up somewhere from the living room area, and we on the way touched the door. Alright.
Do you remember any phone calls he made, like say after midnight that night?
Have you missed that on the video?
There's a couple like unknown numbers that we're trying to figure out who they were.
20 minutes.
And
I went to sleep after
She finna say something
so
different
he
than
might
what
have
she
been
said
up on
last
the
time.
phone. I have no
She finna
idea.
contradict herself, you think? How is she finna get caught up? It might. I don't know. Her stories. I don't know. Her story's kind of good. I can't lie.
The last thing they do is bring her photographs of Eric's apartment to see if anything is out of place or missing.
So when did it sink in?
Last night.
Really? You're pretty much numb on all day yesterday.
Yep.
He not buying her bullshit.
Very tired now.
I know the feeling. We've been pretty much working around the clock for about a week now.
She doesn't see anything worth mentioning in the photographs.
Think he was the one?
Eric, do I think he was the one for me? Actually.
Is this where she fucks up?
Eric, do I think he was the one for me? Actually, no. But he was trying to convince me that he was the one.
Really?
That's why I was like, I don't know. I mean, we got closer and closer. We were very close. But I knew he was a ladies' man.
Katrina left the interrogation room, and the case went cold for over a year.
Over a year?
Then, out of sheer luck, a gun was found in a ditch roughly 2 miles from Eric's apartment, and ballistic testing confirmed it was the murder weapon that killed him. The gun was then traced to its last...
Ballistic what?
And ballistic testing confirmed it was the murder weapon that killed him. The gun was then traced to its last owner, who was Katrina Ben. It was the murder weapon that killed him. The gun was then traced to its last owner, who was Katrina Ben. She was arrested and charged with first-degree murder, then interrogated by the same detectives a week later. She was unaware of the evidence they had against her, and their first question was if she had a gun. She said she did, but couldn't remember the
I just saw your message, what? Why are you in the top? Yeah, but I'm literally finna be done. So why do you act like you were acting 3 hours ago? Bro, yeah, bro. Child might be staying on longer. I don't think we going nowhere now. I got Kobe in my 2. Kobe's 3rd best all time, by the way, chat. 3rd best all time. But that's crazy. So she bought. Yo, when did we hit this? See, we had 75 subs. 2 people subbed and I didn't get to read out their subs. Chat, did anybody sub and I didn't read your shit? I'm sorry if that's the case. Quit smoking, Alex. That is literally not what the fuck that was, like, that conversation was. But damn, so she did. Really? She should have, like, you can't diss the gun like that. You gotta put it in a spot where you know nobody's gonna find it ever. Like, I'm talking like the most secret place on earth type shit. Like, she had it, bro. I don't know. That's crazy.
Last time she saw it.
Well, wouldn't you agree that it's pretty important to know where your gun is?
It is. I totally agree. But I don't want to make up any stories. I've learned when I try to make up stuff, it just doesn't.
So then.
It's in my possession.
Where did you originally obtain the gun?
At a pawn shop.
Where?
Columbia, Mississippi.
What do you remember about when?
2003 when I had the stalker. 2003, 2004. A long time ago.
10 years ago?
You're pretty quick. Yeah, I am just answering questions. Right, pretty. You're good. Trina, you are good. I'm telling you. It's easy to tell the truth. We found the gun. Okay? Oh, and you know where we found the gun. Okay, and this is what it's going to come down to, okay? Okay. You can continue to go through this as you can.
So is the drug dealer still in jail?
No, absolutely not. Okay, let me tell you how it would look like too. You see how bad that looks? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, well, let me tell you.
Bro, I use what? Come on, get your ass up, seriously. Get your ass up. Get up, seriously, come on.
Look, come on, bro.
Get up. Come on, get up, seriously.
Just don't rough it on.
Yeah, come on, do it. Convince him and get out so I can finish it. Yo, you're weird, bro.
Tell you this. You don't think this is your gun? You think I'm just like making it up? I mean, I really and honestly.
We're talking about Vanessa Bryant's pregnant? Is that real?
We do. Okay.
Can you ban Monty? Why? Hold on. Go, you tripping? I'm putting Kobe over MJ all day. Bro, go. You can't take it to the extreme when somebody disagrees with your opinion.
No, how would anybody have my gun?
Nobody did have your gun. You had your gun.
Okay.
And it was used.
Trina, let me tell you. I mean, there's not just that. I respect you doing your job. I do. Your gun, the gun that's registered to you, we have your signature where you're getting the gun. Yeah. Is the murder weapon? That alone. There's not. I'm sorry. I have no doubt saying that you think I'm good and I'm smart.
What else?
The one flaw in her story was the gun.
Right.
That's it. Eric's an awesome man.
Did you hear?
I absolutely miss it.
Did you hear him arguing with his girlfriend?
Oh no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. What about other women?
Why would he argue with his girlfriend?
I don't know.
I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. But
he was talking to her on the phone while we were with
One of you said he called a girl at 2 in the morning or something like that. He was actually breaking up with her on the phone.
You'd be forgiven for thinking this moment belonged in an ancient poem or a Greek tragedy, but unfortunately, it's a true story with a real victim.
Damn.
Yeah. That wouldn't upset me.
No?
No.
Did he ever do anything that upset you?
No, never. Eric was absolutely amazing, and I wish I would have known how he really felt. I wish I would have believed him. When he told me he was in love with me.
Did you tell us before that he tried to? Did you guys have an argument?
No, Eric never argued with me. I would rather sit here and say, "Oh, you think I did it?" Well, he, I don't know, stole from me or killed my father or something. Eric did nothing. He did nothing. I can't even make anything up. Eric did nothing.
So what would your best explanation be as to how your gun was used to kill him and you were the last person?
I have no idea. All right, then you are going to go down. Like in 5 years I've been doing homicide as the most cold-blooded person I've ever had to deal with. Let's go.
Katrina Ben was found guilty of first-degree murder at trial. She was then sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Wait. How does she get life? Nah, she's a great liar. How does she get life, but the woman that strangled her mom only get 50 years? What's the difference? That's what I'm saying. What was the difference? What am I missing? I'm gonna change my name to Twitch. Inkography? That's hard. Nah, that's kind of weird.
Katrina's level of confidence and composure under certain moments of pressure is what makes her a very unique case study. So in keeping with the structure of this video, our next subject will be very different.
This is
There's
Pod 5,
another new subject.
the first
How is this
fully
all
immersive sleep system.
like? Why is Amber the
I think they're
title
gonna bring
name?
him down this way. Okay, well I need him to be here now. I saw my father's car outside and I'm not really sure why he's here. Your father's car? Yeah.
He's safe right now.
Who is he with? He's gonna be with an officer right now, so. Okay, because the previous officer that I spoke to on the phone said that he was with my sister.
For the rest of her life?
And
What
she
you mean,
doesn't have
Shelly?
custody of him either.
How she get life?
Not
But
his
the other
guardian.
one got 50 years. They should both
So
be
I
life.
need to know where my kid is, and I need to know what's happening.
Like the one that strangled her mom can get out on parole in 2041. The other one can't.
Nobody's telling me anything. Okay. Fair enough. I don't know what's happening either.
Are y'all still
I just got
arguing
here
about
as well. I was
basketball?
just told
Y'all
to
so
come
funny, bro.
walk you in. So I'm sure they're bringing somebody down. We're gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Do you want to take a seat for a second? You can stay standing if you'd like, but.
This is 26-year-old Devin Schreiner, who 5 hours and 7 minutes prior to this moment shot her ex-boyfriend, Jason Schaefer, 3 times while he was on his postal route. The reason she did this was because she found out that Jason had filed for increased custody of their 5-year-old son and had started dating her own sister within the same week. Devin
That boy cold. The sister?
Is herself a postal worker, so she thought her own sister within the same week. Devin is herself a postal worker, so she thought that by leaving her postal scanner 20 miles from the crime scene, she would have a simple alibi, that she was at work during the time of the shooting. The issue is that she underestimated how easily her movements could be tracked, as her own vehicle was caught on CCTV just a few blocks from the crime scene, identified by a missing hubcap on the passenger side. She was also captured on multiple cameras running back to her car from the shooting. Now what you just saw, as Devin entered this interrogation room, is her entire strategy. She will lean...
Bro, how does the sister... Yo...
into this emotional front of supposed anger over her son being taken out of school without her permission, which on paper seems very cunning, because it's far from the typical demeanor of a guilty suspect walking into a police station, and in theory, would change the entire strategy. She will lean... You just saw, as Devin entered this interrogation room, is her entire strategy. She will lean into this emotional front of supposed anger over her son being taken out of school without her permission, which on paper seems very cunning, because it's far from the typical demeanor of a guilty suspect walking into a police station, and in theory, would change the entire dynamic of her interrogation. But you'll notice that it doesn't quite have the desired effect.
Okay. Where is my son?
He is at the police department and he is safe with
So he's not here? This is the police department. He is here. Okay, well, why is he not here with me? I need him to be here with me. I haven't seen him and I don't know what's happened. He was taken from his school without my knowledge or consent.
I have the detective talk to you first and he'll explain what's going on. Okay, he's here right now, so we'll figure it out.
All right. Thank you.
It's a weird...
I shut the door for private?
I mean, I don't really care. I want my son.
The reason that Devin's strategy is about to fall apart has everything to do with this detective, because he basically doesn't give a damn. He clearly feels that he already has enough evidence to close out the case, and will communicate almost exclusively with sarcasm and passive aggression. You're about to see him blatantly accuse Devin a total of 7 times over the course of this footage. Yet instead of confronting the elephant in the room, as we saw with Katrina, Devin will avoid it at all costs, and cling on to this feigned state of annoyance as her escape route, each and every time, and it's absolutely fascinating to watch.
Where is my son?
I'll tell you everything. How about that? You're Devin?
Yes.
Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes.
I'm Steve. You can call me Steve. We gotta kind of step back here a little bit. I gotta tell you some bad news. Your ex-boyfriend, is it? Ex-husband?
I just call him my son's dad.
Son's dead.
We weren't never married, but
he died today.
What kind of a reaction is that? Yeah, she gotta go to acting classes. That shit was terrible. Y'all want me to do it? Y'all want me to do it? Watch this. This is how you do it. What? What happened to him? What? Where's my husband? And I'd freak out. I'd freak out. I'd just lose it. I'd probably take my shirt off and everything. I don't even know. I wouldn't do that. I promise you I'd put on a way better performance than that. Yeah, no. Wait. He got shit. Yeah, let me
in the face? Where?
On his postal route.
He was working today? He doesn't...
Here's the files, eh?
Yeah, he was working and someone came up and shot him.
That's not how you react. Great acting, man.
When did
I
this
can
happen?
do better.
12:32.
I promise you I do way better than her right there.
It is 6 o'clock.
Yeah, because the case is so serious, I don't want to do anything to...
is this the same day? He killed her this same day? Yeah, right?
So everyone
my rights and my son's rights were violated when you took him from school and did not contact me.
Yeah, so that's what I want to talk to you about. So let me read your rights, just so you know what they are. Have you ever seen cop shows?
Yeah.
They're on like every night. And these are the same rights. I'm going to read them to you, although you probably know them. Maybe see. So let me read them to you.
I'm worried about the wrong things.
Devin, right?
Yes.
All right, Devin, let's get through this. Devin, you have the right to remain silent. So I want to talk to you about this case.
I need to see my son.
We need to figure out what's going on and how your husband, how your baby's father died. And I don't want to turn over the ex to the baby until I know that everything's legit and that you're calm and that you're rational and you're not a crazy person because I've never met you before.
I'm not calm. My son was taken. Nobody told me that anything happened. My son was taken from school by either police, and I was not informed, or by somebody who is not legally allowed to pick him up from school.
Yeah. So here's what's going on.
Yeah.
If the ex-husband shows up at the school and the wife's dead, we're not going to release the kid to the ex-husband who just killed the mother. You know, that's going to put the kid in harm's way. So that's just standard police 101 business.
But nobody called me.
Yeah.
When did you pick him up from school?
Probably about 3.
Okay, I called his daycare at 5-ish. And
the fact that she's showing no concern for the dead.
When we got a homicide like this, we had a lot of people working on it.
Okay, but then nobody did. They have my contact information.
Yeah.
So they couldn't have said.
Yeah, you're not listening.
God, she's a
we didn't
bot.
want them to release the child to you.
Don't release him to me. But you could. Nobody even told me his whereabouts. Well, I thought he was with his father.
The police escorted him back here. The child is being interviewed by forensic interviewers.
He should not be interviewed because I didn't give consent for him to be spoken to.
He's a witness, so he doesn't need consent from the police.
Was he there? Was he in the...
But he's going to tell us about the relationship between you and his father.
But I don't...
You don't understand.
He's 5.
Well, he might not have anything to say. But
no, I don't understand how this can all happen without me even knowing that anything happened in the first place. I am asking why I was not contacted in any sort of form about my child's whereabouts or that there was even an incident.
I don't know about that specifically. I know
10 more minutes, y'all.
You and we were trying to track you down.
You could have found me when you picked him up from school because they have my information. I pay for him to go to that school. Yeah. They have that information.
Okay. We're kind of going around in circles here. I'd like to exonerate you if you didn't have anything to do with this and get you out of this police department.
Yes, because I would like to see my son.
I don't think you want to hang out with me. Do you know of anyone that want to get Jason in trouble?
In trouble? No.
Or out to get him? Want to shoot him?
No.
Nothing like that? Okay. Does it surprise you that someone would go up and shoot him?
Yes, it surprises me a lot. I don't... Okay. I didn't know, I don't know anybody that would want to hurt him.
If you're gonna commit murder, I feel like you should have a backstory ready to go. Like, God, this is some bad ass activity.
So I want to transition a little bit here.
The detective is about to reveal the extent of the evidence they have against her.
I don't pretend to know everything that happened, but there are some things that
she has no strategy.
We saw your car in the area of the crime scene. Your car was a Nissan Rogue that is missing a front passenger front hubcap. We caught your car on a license plate reader a little while ago with your license plate, and it has that front passenger hubcap missing. Sure enough, in the videos around the crime scene, that car is there with that front passenger bumper or hubcap missing.
Devin doesn't say a word, nor move an inch.
So I'm really kind of concerned. I know that you got served just the other day with the child custody order, and you're a little upset about that. You told AJ, you told Devin in the past that AJ knows where you live, and that he'll shoot you if he needs to.
I've told who?
You told that to Devin, and Devin told that to Rose, your sister.
The detective was talking about her boyfriend AJ, but got the names mixed up, and Devin now chooses to respond by acting confused, moments after sitting silent during the reveal of the evidence.
Yeah, well, he heard, Jason heard that from you. You said that.
I said that? I've never said that.
So why is your car in the crime scene area? Why are you in that area in your car? Why are you turning off your scanning?
I didn't turn off my scanner.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
She technically didn't turn off her scanner, but she's once again arguing semantics as her new escape route, instead of confronting the ever-clarifying reality directly in front of her.
Before the homicide, you're not doing anything with the scanner. It's stationary for like 3 hours or more. And it should be mobile because you're working, but it's at your boyfriend's house. And why is your car in the crime scene area?
I don't.
We've got video of your car in the crime scene area.
I don't know why it would be on camera that my car was down there, but I don't.
Listen.
If I don't scan.
She attempts to trail off into post office protocol, so the detective escalates the confrontation.
Lunch break, sort of.
Devin, I think you're a good person, but something's not right here. I think the gig is up.
I think the gig is up.
Everything is pointing to
I'm
being
not a good person, don't lie.
The video of the shooter looks kind of like you. It's from a distance, but it looks like your height and your build. It doesn't look like AJ's height and build. Now, we're going to search your house, we're going to search your car, we're going to seize your car. It's not a random shooting. And so the gig is up, okay?
I read on the way here about what happened, and they said that a man shot him.
That's what we originally thought, yeah. Now we're thinking it could be you. We're thinking it could be maybe your boyfriend.
Thanks?
You? That's not the question. That's not the right answer.
What am I supposed to say?
We're trying to get all this evidence together.
Yeah, she's a bot. Holy
together.
shit.
And I don't think you're being truthful with me. Your ex, when you said AJ would kill, is now dead.
I never said that.
Well, I don't care. I wasn't there.
Thanks.
Devin, who's been sitting in denial and avoidance for the entirety of this interrogation, will now directly challenge the detective for a display of passive aggression, and he quite simply doesn't know how to react.
It could have just been an off-the-cuff remark. We're going to do a gunshot test.
It could be her being like, hey.
We're going to do a gunshot residue test on you.
What do you mean, A?
No. We're going to do a gunshot residue test on you.
The detective now does what he should have done from the start of this interrogation.
I'm asking you to trust me. Because if you didn't do this, and things got out of control, and you panicked, and you didn't think this guy was going to kill him, you thought maybe he's going to rough him up, that's understandable. So that's why I want you to trust me, if something like that happened.
I understand why I would be a suspect because of who I am related to him.
And your car.
But I don't.
Yeah, go, bro. You're about to, buddy.
I don't.
Nothing's working up there.
There was things in the past that have happened with him and I that I could have gone to court, or I could have tried to call the police. I mean, I have.
Has no story, no strategy.
There's other things that I could have done. Why would I shoot him?
The detective now reverts back to not giving a shit.
I don't know why people ever shoot people. Your car was there. So tell me someone borrowed your car.
I was at work on my route, which is not close to the not super close to the post office.
Why is your car in Longmont? when your scanner...
I don't know. I am on my route working.
Do you work in a mail truck or your personal car?
No, I work in a mail truck.
Okay. So why is your car down here killing your ex?
I don't know. But it
you
sounds like...
You understand why that's so concerning to me?
Yes, I do understand that.
So did someone borrow your car? Help me out here.
I don't know, but it seems like with all of these things that you're going to be doing that I need to have a lawyer or ask for a lawyer, or I don't know.
Yeah, you can have a lawyer.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say about that, but
I'm on that. I'm on that.
Devin then speaks to a postal inspector for an hour and a half, who doesn't get anywhere either. They then collect forensic evidence before we reach the end of the footage, and they all just stand there, sharing the awkward moment together.
Right. So, here's the situation. I need you to go ahead and turn around for me. Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers.
Life is over for you. You have lost at the game of life.
Am I under arrest then?
Nah.
We'll discuss that here in just a second.
Bye.
Devin's deleted text messages further confirmed the murder was premeditated, as she had planned the whole thing out with her boyfriend, who was tailing Jason's car and feeding her information about his whereabouts right before the murder. They were both given life sentences without the possibility of parole.
So why does the woman that strangled her mom only get 50 years? What is the difference? What is, like, am I missing something?
I said that
because she didn't shoot her? Did she, like, strangle her or some shit? Maybe that's the... I don't know.
Mind was fuzzy.
Rapper NBA Youngboy is out on a $100,000 bond.
I wonder what song he's gonna play at his concert. Is anybody going to that? That's a W ad right there.
His feeling was upset, sad, and just scared.
Understood.
Wait,
about the possibility of parole.
You said
no, I said that my mind was fuzzy. And then what I was feeling was upset, sad, and just scared.
Understood. You what?
Nothing. I'm just like suffering from some digestive complications.
Alright.
Why should you drink like that? Who puts both of their lips in the fucking bottle? What the hell? No Canadian dates? Damn, you're not a real Youngboy fan. Damn, you fake.
He said he last remembered your hand being inside the purse, and
how do we get a
you were pulling away, and that's when he remembered getting shot.
Somebody gave 2 sons. I
pulled it from him and I shot him.
2 sons were scammed.
He done said he ran out, crawled across the road, and at one point you jumped on his back and then cut his throat.
I didn't.
Do you remember that?
No.
You don't
I didn't
remember
jump
that?
on his back or anything.
I might go. We'll see. I gotta see what.
So why would he be lying about this?
I don't know. Probably to cover it up. He was on drugs. He was seriously fucked up. That's just wrong.
So you're saying everything that he said in here, nothing is the truth?
Going with the... No, nothing. Besides the fact that he crawled across the street.
That's the only thing in here that's the truth?
Yeah.
She explains that she got changed into a new pair of clothes after she stole the victim's car.
Okay, why'd you change clothes?
Because I didn't want to be recognized by any of the neighbors when I got back to finish, like, taking my bullshit and just leaving. That way I could just call about this and say, hey, Blake is a scary man, and I had to fuck him up to get away from him. That's what I wanted to do. But then those nosy neighbors called...
Nosy neighbors.
Again.
What the fuck? What's going on here?
Seems like you're in a daze. What are you thinking about?
Just replaying scary stuff in my head. Will I be taken to court over anything?
It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. I need to see how he's doing. I need to check up on that status. Then we're gonna have to be here until I know.
Until you know what?
How his status is.
So he's dead or alive? Or So I have to be held here?
Plan them or out the. So if you plan it, you get more time. Maybe it's because she didn't plan it, and because she didn't use a gun. Did she use a gun? Nah, she
so I can't leave.
No, not right now.
I guess that's.
Why did you tell me it was a possibility before?
Because it was a possibility. Because I still need to find out.
Okay.
Alex a bad person. What?
You gonna make some calls?
Please take her.
In contrast to the subjects who were interjected into this video, Amber seems to be void of a psychological component they all shared. She was certainly being strategic at times in this interrogation. She would try and justify her actions and deny certain elements. But as far as emotional deception, there was none, which makes her an extraordinarily unique suspect that's actively trying to get away with murder. There's been some informal speculation online that Amber has autism, but whether or not she's autistic has nothing to do with why she's sitting in that chair. It likely has almost everything to do with her chronic abuse of methamphetamines and the psychological damage that tends to come with it.
Yeah, guys, don't ever do them type of drugs, seriously. I'm not playing about that. Is she laughing?
The psychological damage that tends to come with it.
Nah. That's insane.
They ask Amber for a visual demonstration.
Oh, nah.
I tried to find a tall person. Okay, I'm not that tall, but you said he was taller than you, so I just wanted to see, while you were in the house, how it actually happened.
And I was like kind of comfortable in my sleep, but he came over to me. And he started like asking me questions, and that's when I just decided that I would do something like this to get things out of his hand. And I turned the gun around, and I just kind of.
So you telling me she pulled one of these? You telling me she pulled one of these? Hold on. This is what you trying to tell me right now? You trying to tell me she pulled one of these?
Yeah.
This is what she did?
Yes and no.
That's what she did?
Alright, whoa! You're so fucking nuts!
I've actually never watched this movie. Is this a good movie? That's a good movie, though? I gotta watch it. I've actually never watched it. I've only seen the clip, but that's what I thought of. You telling me that's what she did?
And pulled.
Okay.
Okay. Austria.
Alright. Knife.
You're like on the floor, you're bleeding. You get up and you come towards me. That's when I took this out and just quickly slashed him.
Blake is running this way, I think, because the house is back that way.
Yeah, and Blake collapses on the floor.
Okay, you can collapse, sir.
You're basically like this, but on the other side. And I just like added a little like quick like pull.
Like, so I gotta watch more Denzel movies. I've watched a couple, but I need
just
to watch
like
more.
The same exact place.
Okay. You did switch it, but it was still the same direction, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Understood. Alright. Wow. Better picture. I should probably do this more often.
That was fun.
Why is she laughing too? You're laughing with the psychotic
use the restroom, let me
I'd like to use the restroom.
If I can find pants, would that be okay? I mean, it's kind of weird.
Pants, yeah.
Amber took a plea deal and pled guilty to attempted murder. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
What the fuck?
Pipeway wanted to say, where's my mod at?
Pip, you're not getting one. Yo, how does she get the least amount out of everybody? What? Bro, look at his face. Oh my god. Yo. He's still alive? Oh, I didn't know he was still alive. Regardless, though. Wait, so he survived all that? I didn't even know that. Bro, do not let her be roaming around the streets that I walk on, bro. What the hell? Yo, that was crazy.